Alrighty folks, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic the Gathering Arena draft video. Premier Draft Throne of Eldraine has now arrived on Magic the Gathering Arena, and I did a couple of them, and they're quite fun. Same with the Zendikar Rising, but I'm just here to make a quick draft video with my 5k gold. So yeah, we do have access to Theros Beyond Death, which recently came out already, so don't mind just going to some Theros Beyond Death draft and hope for the best. And I recall the bots not really caring too much about the red-black sacrifice deck, so we can keep that in mind. So opening pack, what do we open? Not an amazing rare, pretty much unplayable in the set. It's playable, but not very good. Looking at the uncommons, there's a Laguna Band Storyteller as a nice creature, decent ground blocker on turn 4, and if you're playing a lot of powerful enchantments, then this can be a nice way to not only gain a bit of life, but also bring back your most powerful enchantment, which can be quite strong. So Laguna Band Storyteller is pretty solid. There's Siona, Captain of the Pylias, for the white-green Constellation deck, which is in 2 colors, but is also pretty good if you're playing and drafting a lot of auras, since not only does this have the potential to search up an aura, but whenever you just cast an aura onto one of your creatures, you can just generate 1/1 human creature tokens. So Siona is also an excellent uncommon. Looking at the commons, the only commons that stand out are Sunmane Pegasus and Thirst for Meaning. Blue is not very amazing this set. The only good commons are the card draw spells for the most part, and they're definitely lacking threats. So I would probably still even take, I don't know, maybe Sunmane Pegasus over Thirst for Meaning. I don't know, it's close. Like, blue's not unplayable, but without the powerful rares and mythics in blue, then your deck won't be as amazing. So overall, just not a very exciting pack. I think the choice is just between Laguna Band Storyteller or Siona here. And just to stick with one color, I could just stick the Laguna Band Storyteller, just as a nice value creature, good blocker on turn 4, and it can just get back a nice enchantment card on top of my library. Like if I pick up cards like Elspeth's Nightmare or Elspeth's Conqueror's Death, just having a Laguna Band Storyteller, being able to return it back on the top of my library is quite nice. It's also pretty nice with Dreadful Apathy. Once I exile a creature, just getting it back is quite decent as well. Of course, it does make you miss your draw step. It doesn't go into your hand, but it has its moments. So I don't mind taking Laguna Band Storyteller, staying open, and we'll see where we end up. And white is a pretty nice color in Theros Beyond Death. It's not as good as black or green, but it's still pretty solid, I think. It's trying to do opposite things with black in the set, like white is trying to do the constellations, and black is trying to do the whole escape mechanic. But overall, it's either black or white as kind of the primary colors in this set, I believe. So it's a great place to start, I think. And yeah, I don't hate drafting white in this set, so let's take Laguna Band Storyteller and see where we go. After picking Laguna Band Storyteller, I think it's an easy final death here. We could end up in white-black or not, but having a black card now can give us an option to move into maybe some sort of escape deck, as opposed to a constellation deck, or we can just go into the white-black auras control deck, which is also pretty strong. The uncommons are okay. Cling the Dust, I actually don't mind main deck a copy, but the escape cost is just quite expensive at times, but it's never blanked, since you can just play this any moment just to either exile an escape creature and gain 3 life, or you can just draw a card off of this. Not a bad card, but nothing exciting. Devourer Memory, not a big fan of blue-black unless you have Ashiok in the draft. And Devourer Memory has some downsides, because if you activate the mill effect, you might even mill up your own Ashiok sometimes, and that's not great. At 1 toughness, it can also be pretty problematic, since there's a lot of red creatures in this set that can deal 1 damage to any target. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of blue-black unless you have Ashiok, since blue also doesn't have very good escape creatures. Blue only has 1 escape card in general. I guess 2 of them. There's a mill card, and then the one that makes you draw a card. And black only has good escape creatures at rare and uncommon, so usually self-mill isn't what you want to do in blue-black. It's more like a generic blue-black control deck for the most part, so not a big fan of Devour Memory, but I'll happily play it if I don't have a choice. But yeah, if I open up Ashiok, I'd still probably take Final Death here just as a solid removal spell. Deals with escape creatures. The exile is quite nice, and that instant speed, that's quite great. So yeah, let's take a Final Death and hope for the best. And red-white is also not a very good color in the set. Like, it's definitely reasonable possible to go red-white, but the problem is that there's just so much escape creatures coming back from the yard that you'll be mostly trading off and losing creatures to those escape creatures, while the opponent is able to like get excellent value by re-escaping the creatures and forcing you to trade onto them. So it's not recommended to go aggro in this set, but if you don't have a choice, Hero Nyxborn is a decent payoff card for some sort of go wide red-white Boros aggro deck. But we'll just take a Final Death, stay open, and black is the best color in this set, so happy to take this. Okay, I think Fateful End is the best card in this pack overall. Excellent removal spell. And then maybe we can gear up into some sort of red-black sacrifice or escape archetype, which the bots then tend to undermine here. Alternatively, other good commons include Elysian Caryatid, nice mana dork and ramp creature, Mogi's Favor as a way to deal with 1 toughness in this set. And then there's a Sentinel's Eyes, which is fine, but not going to take it over a Fateful End. A nice instant speed removal spell. Deals 3 damage and scries 1, and instant speed is quite decent. And again, I don't like Boros aggro, but if black isn't open, I don't mind going to Boros. But Fateful End is quite nice. Ends up in the yard, helps with escape. Pretty solid card. And then looking at here, there's a Daybreak Chimera versus Renata, Call to the Hunt. Both pretty excellent cards. At common, there's a Final Flare if we want to move into the escape plan. Thirst for Meaning if we want to move into the blue. So it's not clear what the signals are. I mean, we were just past a Final Death, a Fateful End, and now both Renata and Daybreak Chimera in the same pack, which are both very excellent cards. So we can go into a decent amount of directions. I could just take the Daybreak Chimera just to keep myself open in white. Both of these require double green and double white, so they won't be the easiest to cast for the most part. But Renata also keeps our options open. We can be in white-green Constellation, red-green Power 4 Matters, or we can be in black-green Escape, which is excellent, while Daybreak Chimera will mostly lock us up into white-black with what we currently have, since, again, I'm not a big fan of white-red. So I think I'm just going to take a Renata here and see where we end up. But this could be a sign that the white-green Constellation deck is open, seeing Daybreak Chimera and Renata in the same pack. But then again, we were past Fateful End and Final Death. So I don't know what the bots are smoking here, but we'll see. And, well, I do like Loathsome Chimera and Voracious Typhon, both excellent escape cards. I think Voracious Typhon is definitely better than the Loathsome Chimera, but given our curve, if we do end up in the black-green escape deck, I already have Renata on 4, so I might prefer the Loathsome Chimera instead, which is definitely a very powerful, strong card. Also, if we end up in red-green, this is just a 3-mana, 4-powered creature, which can enable some nice synergy in red-green. So this seems really strong, and it's also cheaper to cast than Voracious Typhon. Bigger fan of Voracious Typhon, obviously, but again, with Renata at 4, I don't mind just having the cheaper escape creature, and happy seeing this pretty late. There's also some good red cards, Underworld Ragehound, Scoville's War Leader, but yeah, I think Loathsome Chimera is just one of those great escape creatures in the set, so we'll take it here, and maybe we're just opened up to be in some sort of green deck. Could take a Wolf Willowhaven, can enable Constellation, or help us ramp. I guess this card is better in some sort of mid-rangey green deck, so something like green-black and green-blue is where this is going to excel, since it's a card that wants you to mostly ramp. Alternatively, there's a Lampad of Death's Vigil, which I like having a copy of if I do end up in any black deck, as a nice, not only way to enable sacrifice the creature if it's locked down by Dreadful Apathy, but just a solid blocker on turn 3. So yeah, some pretty interesting options. We can just stick with green, take the Wolf Willowhaven, which is an okay card, but even then, in green, I'd rather have the Elysian Caryatid on 2 as just a mana dork, since this doesn't give a creature, but it's a decent value card. 5 mana, Sorcery Speed, make a 2/2 Wolf isn't all that great though. So I could just take a Lampad here and keep my options open. And even if we do end up in red-black, like Lampad is still excellent. Same with like the Discordant Piper, but I like having Lampad and black-green escape either way, just as a nice solid blocker again, and maybe a decent way to close out. So don't want to miss out on Lampad. I think this is definitely a sleeper in the set. So let's take a Lampad. And then there's a second one, although there is a Skola Grove Dancer which can enable escape. I don't mind having 2 Lampads, but I think I would like to diversify in this scenario. I could also consider the Skovos War Leader if I want to move into Power 4 matters. But usually a 5-cost creature we can always pick up later. So don't mind just taking the Grove Dancer here. Maybe we just end up in the best archetype in this set, which is arguably the Black-Red Escape deck. Again, we have to keep in mind we did pass up a couple of red cards already. The Skovos War Leader and Underworld Ragehound in 1 pack, and then the in 1 pack, and now we're seeing another Skovos War Leader. So yeah, we might be missing out on the Black-Red Sacrifice deck. But usually, again, you can pick up one of these later, so I'll take a Skola Grove Dancer and maybe hedge towards Black-Green Escape, and nothing here. Not a big fan of Scavenging Harpy, but if I need to play a filler 3-drop, I'll play it. And then I could just take a Rage Scar Berserker as a decent top-end threat in black. There's also Wings of Hubris, which I wouldn't mind. Cetessan Skirmisher is not good outside of the white-green Constellation Beatdown deck. But we passed up too much white here, and there wasn't too many amazing white cards. So yeah, maybe we just end up in Black-Green Midrange Escape, which is one of my favorite archetypes, and we might want to splash with an Omen of the Hunt, we'll see. And could take a Traveler's Amulet, but we do have Omen of the Hunt already in green. There's also Sentinel's Eyes, but yeah, we'll take a Traveler's Amulet. I guess we could end up in White-Green Beatdown, maybe that happens, we'll see. Take a Sentinel's Eyes, but for the most part, it seems like green could be open here. Yeah, green definitely does seem open, but I don't know if we want to be in green-black or green-white or green-red. We'll see. Alright, moving on to the next pack. Well, I mean, the Phoenix of Ash is quite strong. Alternatively, there's also Acolyte of Affliction and Entrancing Lyre, which is excellent. Some great commons, Dreadful Apathy, and the Daybreak Chimera, also very good. Am I going to pass up a Phoenix of Ash? I mean, I didn't see a lot of great red cards in the last pack. Just saw the single Faithful End and no Iroh's Blessing, so I can definitely count the Phoenix of Ash out. It's also better in the Black-Red Escape deck, to be honest. And since my main color is green for the most part, it's not going to be at its best. Since I'm not really looking to escape, and double red's a little bit difficult to cast. Yeah, I guess it could just be the Acolyte of Affliction. We have a bunch of black-green cards already, and this is just a nice way to just bring back a permanent to our hand. Or I can just take Entrancing Lyre anyways as a good removal spell. That's great in any color. I mean, this could just be the right choice maybe, since I might still end up in another color, and this keeps my options open, and I currently only have a Final Death as a removal. So yeah, let's take the Entrancing Lyre maybe. It's better to just keep our options open. And there's a Banishing Light, which is pretty strong. Alternatively, I guess there's another Reynada, which is great. Warden of the Chain for the red-green deck. Or the Venomous Hierophant, which is a nice enabler for escape, but we only have 1 escape creature. Yeah, again, given that we didn't take too much white in the last pack, could just take another Reynada here. Since it's an uncommon, I think I prefer taking over the Venomous Hierophant. Venomous Hierophant is also a great common, but we'll play 2 Reynadas, I think. It can be pretty powerful, and then now I can take my Venomous Hierophant. Okay, red cards, Dreamstalker, Manticore. Nothing amazing in the other colors. But I can see red-green Power 4 matters being open. Now Dreamstalker, Manticore is being passed to us. We were past the Warden of the Chain. We could have gotten a Phoenix of the Ash in the deck, but still fine with a Venomous Hierophant on 4. And then, well, that's a nice escape creature. Big fan of the Chainweb Arachneer. Now, with a card like this, we don't need to care too much about dealing with flyers. So we don't need to main deck a Plummet. Could still main deck the Wings of Hubris if I have a lot of ground attackers, but Chainweb Arachneer is really nice. An excellent escape creature that we can get back from the yard. Becomes a 4/5, which is a nice ground body, and kills flyers, so seems very good. And, well, could just take an Omen of the Dead, or just take another Venomous Hierophant. Or take another Lampad. Don't mind the second Hierophant. Yeah, usually with enough escape cards, I don't think we need Omen of the Dead, so I'll take another Hierophant here to start enabling escape, and then I'll take another Skola Grove Dancer. Nexus Warden's okay, decent ground blocker, can gain a bit of life, but the Skola Grove Dancer is nice here, and then Don't think I need the Nylea's Forerunner. We should be able to find enough 5s. The Test and Training replaces itself, goes into the yard to Field Escape, and gives our creatures Trample. So this could actually just be better and cheaper to cast. And then I can just take Relentless Pursuit for the Escape deck. I mean, we have enough ways to self-mill. The only problem is that we might not find enough creatures that benefit from Escape, so gotta keep that in mind. I don't know. I think with what's being given to me, this is the direction I'm supposed to be in. But overall, we definitely could use some more escape creatures, some more removal as well. So we'll see. And the Farika spawn is excellent. I used to call this a mythic uncommon of the set, but I guess it's just more like a mythic rare, more like a rare uncommon, since it's not really like insanely like broken. Just a very excellent creature that you can keep escaping and getting back over and over. And just forcing the opponent to sacrifice is nice. It becomes a 5/6, which is an excellent ground attacker and blocker. So big fan of the Farika spawn and just an excellent addition to our black-green escape deck. So I think that's going to be the pick here. And I'll take 2 Farika spawns, although there's a Myra's Grasp. Yeah, I don't think I can pass up a Myra's Grasp here. With double Farika spawn, I mean, with Chainweb Arachneer, Farika spawn, and the Loathsome Chimera already, we gotta be careful not to have too many escape creatures in the deck. Otherwise, we might eat up too much creatures from the graveyard. We might not be able to escape the rest of them. So the Myra's Grasp is nice. We could use a solid removal spell. It's cheap, it's interactive. Otherwise, like Mystic Repeal would be the option, but Myra's Grasp is perfect for what we need. Best card in this pack is like Heliod's Pilgrim. Don't think I need our second Rage Scar Berserker. Don't think I'm playing Nyxborn Marauder. I think I'll just take an uncommon for the vault. And, well, Nylea's Huntmaster can be okay, although we have a bunch of 4s already. Another dead pack, it seems. Maybe I play Thaumaturg's Familiar, who knows. And, I mean, we do have some white-green devotion, so Setessan Petitioner doesn't seem too bad in this deck. Although not a great card, it can give us a bit of life. Could just take an Underworld Charger instead, maybe, since we're trying to enable Escape. Omen of the Dead can be fine as well, so this seems good. And now we can maybe take an Omen of the Dead, since we have a lot of ways to enable the graveyard and get back permanents. Creatures, I mean, Setessan Skirmisher is also fine, but I don't think we need it. Okay, and I am a big fan of the Funeral Rites, another nice escape enabler. So yeah, this deck seems fine. Hopefully we can just grind the opponent out with enough escape creatures. I don't like the Setessan Skirmisher. 1 toughness is... I'm not a big fan of 1 toughness, to be honest. And then, yeah, I think with the Wings of Hubris, maybe we can find ways to close out the game in case we end up in a board stall. So something like this seems fine. How many creatures do we have? 15 creatures is alright. I don't mind the double Rage Scar Berserkers as great top-end threats. The 4s look excellent. Relentless Pursuit seems good. I like the Underworld Charger. Scavenging Harpy I'm not a big fan of, though. Let's see, I like the Myra's Grasp. Omen of the Dead seems fine. So I could replace the Scavenging Harpy for maybe like the Setessan Petitioner, but the Scavenging Harpy might be useful just because it's a flying threat, and not only that, but it can exile creatures from the opponent's graveyard, so don't hate it. And with all these ways to mill myself, I think I'm going to stick with 17 lands, because there's a chance we could end up milling our own lands, and that can be problematic. So yeah, let's try this deck out, maybe slightly favoring black, so like 9/8 seems good. Let's try it. And the picture... yeah, Farika spawn makes sense. Let's go. Opening hand, we see a Temple Thief in the Loathsome. Seems good. We also have a Wings of Hubris. Okay, opponent's looking to mill me. I don't think this is a set where you want to mill the opponent, but I guess I'll take it. If he wants to mill me, that's fine. At least I have my 3rd land drop, because I have a bunch of stuff I'm happy to escape, so... Okay, Naiad to mill me, sure. I can still attack for 2 since this is an enchantment. And I'm fine just playing out the Loathsome Chimera. Eventually I'll be able to cast the Wings of Hubris. And just attack in the air, hopefully. Relentless Pursuit can also give me a land drop as well, so that's fine. Ooh, Venomous Hierophant. Okay. Yeah, just attack with the 4-1, trade with the 2-3, and get it back. I need 5 mana to escape this though, so pretty interesting. And I'm fine playing out the Hierophant since it's a nice creature for the deck. Make sure I don't mill too many lands. Okay, now we mill the Chainweb Arachnir, which is excellent. Just need to get our 5th land drop, I think. And we're in good shape. That's an annoying creature though. I guess I can escape my Chainweb to kill the Nightmare Shepherd if I get a land drop. So that's actually pretty good if I can hit my land drop here, and I did. Alright, let's go for it. Yeah, this is definitely not the set where you want to mill your opponent. So it's a 4-5 that can just automatically take out the Nightmare Shepherd, and now I'm fine just swinging with both of these. And if he trades, that's fine. I can just escape the Loathsome Chimera eventually as well. Or I just play out the Rage Scar Berserker and just put another big body on the battlefield. Harpy, I guess we'll exile my Loathsome Chimera regardless. Okay, so I guess Rage Scar Berserker is just the better plan in the meantime. And I can also give the 2-2 Indestructible, which is nice. So then he doesn't have any good blocks. I can also use Omen of the Dead to get back Reynada if I have to. The Wings of Hubris can give my 5-4 flying, so that would be excellent. If he takes out my 4-5, I guess I can just reanimate it and take out the 2-1. Mire's Grasp, okay. Still trying to mill me, okay. Omen of Dead bringing back Nightmare Shepherd is annoying. But he's forced to chump anyways. Ooh, Farika Spawn. Alright, if I get a land, that's quite good. How many lands in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I guess Mars Grass is excellent here. So yeah, I'll Mars Grass the Sage. And might as well attack with all. Force him to chump, and then I can cast a Farika Spawn next turn. I could also just Relentless Pursuit to ensure I hit my land drop. Yeah, let's just do that. Makes it more likely that I get my land, and then he's at 3, so yeah, I don't hate the second Rage Scar Berserker. Don't think the Nightmare Shepherd can do it here. Just too much bodies in the battlefield, too much power and toughness. That's fine, but he needs to prevent 5 damage here. I guess this is going to become a 3-4 anyway, so... Yep, you shouldn't be milling your opponent in this set. Definitely not. If the opponent didn't mill me, he could maybe kept this Nightmare Shepherd around. But the fact that he milled me and gave me access to the Chainweb Arachnir definitely was a drawback. Right, opening hand, some decent 2s. I like this hand. Even Relentless Pursuit for 3 mana can help me find some action and also get my 4th land drop. Which one do I want to play first? Doesn't matter. So I'll play the Temple Thief. I'd rather have this die to Amara's Grasp than the Skola. I guess that was the right call, so now I can attack into it. And then I'll use the Relentless Pursuit to hit my 4th land drop. Alright, that's nice. Just a bunch of lands, so... Yep. That's a lot of lands though, so it might be hard getting the 6 mana with the Pharika spawn. Timoret can exile Pharika spawn. So this card is also a bit problematic here, I think, so... I can also just cast the Wings of Hubris eventually. It's just attacking for 2 since he can't block it. And the Hierophant can be okay. Maybe I shouldn't have played it because now he can exile my Loathsome Chimera. But he does need to spend mana to exile it. So yeah, might not be the right play doing that, so we'll see. If I do top deck a land next turn, I think I'm fine escaping the Chimera just to get value off of it, but now he can exile the Loathsome Chimera. So yeah, probably not the correct play doing milling myself, so... I also don't have too much removal in the deck, so dealing with Timoret can be quite difficult. Yeah, he just main phases it, so... Yep. Kind of a bad call there, but... yeah, let's just attack, I think, and then play out the Pharika spawn, maybe. And hopefully I get my 5th land to exile the Timoret. He's stuck at 3, so... So we're still in good shape, I think. 5 mana can be nice since I can exile Timoret at instant speed, and then we can just try to win the game through either escaping Pharika spawn or giving one of our creatures flying. Could see a Mars Grasp here. Ichthyomorphosis, okay. I could sack it to the land pad, which is fine. Yeah, I don't think I need to block this. I think I'm winning the race regardless. No land, okay. Guess I'm fine using Funeral Rites and then playing out the Skola maybe. Okay, land is good. He can of course exile my Underworld Ragehound, but I don't think he can afford to keep up mana constantly. But the 5th land will now allow me to get rid of Timoret, which is nice. Mars Grasp, okay, I guess that's a better answer. Just a very efficient answer, and then what I can do is I can, he's going to sack this to the land pad obviously, but that's fine. I mean, he's going to sack it anyways, even if I Final Deathed it, so this is nice, so now I can sack the Pharika spawn, and then escape it once I get this land 6. And I still have some lands in the deck, so I'm hoping I get my land 6 going. He can also just bring back Timoret as well if he has like the Omen of the Dead. He probably has it here. But if he uses Omen to get back Timoret, cast it, then he won't have any means to activate the ability in the first place. Discorn Piper, okay. And another Timoret. Okay, I guess I'm fine sacrificing the Pharika spawn here, end of turn. And I can still exile the Timuret. Ooh, land is nice, so now I can play out the Freaka spawn. Force him to stack. Might stack the Discordant Piper, and if he does, I do have some nice attacks with the Temple Thief and the Venomous Hierophant. That's nice. So, yeah, don't mind just attacking for 3 here. If I attack the Temple Thief, he's just going to block it. So, yeah, just attacking for 3. Maybe force him to double block, and we can take out both Timuret and Discordant Piper. And then next turn I can just stack 2 creatures to close out the game. That's nice. Okay, just deal 1 damage to each, I guess. Opponent has a nice blue-black control deck with the Exile, but we still managed to get there. Okay, I do have Freaka spawn. I need black mana. I'm on the play. I mean, I gotta keep right on the play. It's not a very good hand, but I think I'm willing to keep it. And I just need single black, and we should be fine. We're running 9/8, so I'm hoping we don't get run over. And then once we get our black mana going, we should be okay. But we'll see. White-blue, so not the most aggressive archetype, but still a pretty scary archetype if they play lots of flyers, so... Play the Arachneer, might as well just equip, why not? He has reach already, but who cares? I mean, I'm not going to represent anything for like 1-2 green, to be honest. Favorite of Iroas, okay. So this can beat down pretty hard if we don't find anything, and yeah, I guess we'll just say go, maybe take 4. If he has Staggering Insight, I guess I'll block, because he's going to draw 2 cards off of it, and I can't allow him to. So yeah, this is the problem with sometimes missing your land drops. I guess I'm fine taking 6. Or I can just chump anyways. I guess I'll chump. Because I want this to be in the graveyard anyways, so... Alright, so... Pretty much everything that I wasn't hoping for. Not getting our black mana, obviously, and getting mowed down by Favorite of Iroas. Well, luckily enough, hopefully he doesn't activate Constellation at instant speed here, okay? So Chump was good with the 3/3 since it saves some damage. But yeah, I'm just drawing green mana, which isn't doing anything, so... Guess we can just lose not getting our black mana. And that's unfortunate. Because I would be happy to play a Freaka spawn here, just to hold off this 3/3. Black mana, please. Okay, Grove Dancer isn't amazing, but I'll play it. And might even just activate this end of turn, just to maybe enable the Chainweb Arachneer to eventually block this favored. So I'm hoping that it just doesn't mill any black mana, but yeah, I think I have to go for it here. Okay, no black mana, please. Alright. Black mana is good, so now what we can do is, I guess I can play off Freaka spawn, and then activate the Skola end of turn. Actually, I can't activate. I could have played out the Rage Scar, but the spawn is fine. I guess you could have a counter spell here. So maybe this wasn't correct because this will get exiled if he counters it. Yeah, he probably has something. Okay, deny. Yeah, that was bad. So he was holding up a counter spell all along for the most part, so might as well equip, I guess. So not in good shape. Freaka Spawn getting exiled is not a good sign. Is he still keeping up on his mana? Is this another, I guess I can play out the Lampat and sack it, or just play out the Rage Guard Berserker, and hopefully he doesn't get countered here, which he probably has a counter spell for in the first place. And I think I'm going to keep the Skola back just in case he has a removal spell, because that can be quite problematic. And he has a Stern Dismissal, okay. So essentially all the bounce and removal in the world, so I could just chump with the 3-2 and just to put more stuff in the graveyard and not take too much damage. But maybe I'm still fine taking one more hit here and then next turn chumping. Because even if he gets this double strike, I should be okay. Hierophant, okay. Guess I'll play that. Since I'll be able to maybe escape the Chainweb Arachnir. Ooh, and I also gained some life, so that's quite nice. Also, almost forgot about that, but yeah, this is nice. It helps me stabilize. And I guess I don't need to activate the Skola anymore since I have enough for the Chainweb Arachnir. And maybe the Chainweb Arachnir, I can just escape it to hold off the 3-3. Could see another Stern Dismissal end of turn. This opponent's playing really reactive, like he hasn't been developing any threats for 7 mana, so he's probably holding on to a bunch of instant speed and removal spells. Yeah, probably has a Stern Dismissal here, I think. Intervention. I mean, it doesn't matter. I guess it's just going to die anyway, so there's not much I can do about it. Yeah, he's holding on to the intervention all along, and even a Stern Dismissal, so if he has any ways to pump this favorite of Iroas and hit me for double strike here, I'm pretty much dead. But that's what happens when you get locked on black mana, essentially, so yeah. Not much I can do about this. Yeah. So that was probably a bad keep. But it was, but on the play, I think I had to do it. Okay, some 3-drops. Renata is quite nice with double green. Should be able to enhance my creatures. So this seems fine. Depends on what I want to play first, though. Maybe I am fine playing out the Loathsome Chimera before Charger, since usually giving this a 1-1 counter isn't that big of a deal, since that is at low toughness already. But we'll see. Since we curve out like Renata, I do want to kind of enhance some of the creatures here. And, I mean, this isn't blocking as well, but if this manages to keep attacking in as a 4-4, it can be quite threatening, so we'll see. Okay. Next turn we have to decide between both of these. Hero. I don't mind using the low sum Chimera to trade for the 2/2. Yeah, seems fine. I'm not blocking the 1/1, but this being able to hit the trade for the 2/2 is quite decent. And then we can lead with Renata next turn, and then hopefully start enabling Mill with the Venomous Hierophant to either cast our Loathsome Chimera or get back Pharika spawn. So this is fine. Iroh's Blessing costs 4 mana, so I guess he might have some sort of pump trick here. That's why he's hovering over his creatures. But the 4/1 should be able to block the 2/2 quite proficiently. I guess he could have the Iroh's Blessing, never mind. It's Arden, it's discard, which is pretty annoying as well. With 1 blue-white, he could have that dumb pump trick. I could just take it here, but the hero can be quite scary in the meantime. I could also lower the devotion by just blocking here. Yeah, this is a good trade, I think. Now what? I could play the Hierophant. Alternatively, I can just play out Renata and set something up. I don't mind Renata. If he uses a removal spell on it, that's okay. I can just play the Hierophant eventually to start milling myself and getting back maybe Chimera or Pharika spawn, so we'll see. And there's not many ways he can exile creatures in white-red, so okay. Sure, I'll take 3. And yeah, I guess I don't mind the Pharika spawn here. Difficult creature to attack into and block. Next turn I can Setessan Training or play out the Underworld Charger. This can grow, so that's quite annoying. Let's see, I think this turn we just play out the Charger. I don't mind using Setessan Training or on the Charger, or just playing out the 2-mana 2/2, which could be fine as well. And I'm going to stay back since I don't have it. The 3/3 can't really block, and the 2/2 is not a good blocker against Annex. Wings of Hubris is nice. Let's see, I could also just play out the Venomous Hierophant and go from there. Maybe it's fine just playing out the Setessan Training or the Entrancing Lyre. Yeah, let's play out the Pharika spawn. I mean, it's Setessan Training on the Pharika spawn, I think. And if we don't get our land drops, I'm fine just playing the Entrancing Lyre, I guess. Just want to use our mana efficiently here. He probably has a pump spell for the hero to pump his team. Iroh's Blessing, that's pretty annoying, okay. Do I just trade for the 2/1? I don't hate it. 6th land would be really nice. I guess I'll take the hit. Although taking all this damage isn't great, so I guess I'm fine blocking here. Okay, falling down to 4, not good. And this 3/3 doesn't even block. Alright, could just lose this game. Yeah, I think I need my land drop here this matchup. Don't have a secondary blocker, so I guess it's just game over here. I mean, I could have locked this down too, but then I need another blocker, but Underworld Ragehound unfortunately doesn't block. So yep, currently 3-2. Lost to the Boros aggro deck, which I said was not a very good archetype. Temple Thief into Loathsome Chimera is excellent. Pretty solid curve, 2-drop and a 3-drop and a 4-drop. And then we can also get back something with the Omen of the Dead. So the blue-white Staggering Insight deck, this might just be it. He could ambush me with the 2/1/1s here, so I think I'm just fine staying in the 2/2. And then the Venomous Hierophant can be played. The Omen of the Sun can make 2/1/1, so I think I have to play around that. Although he didn't flash it in, so maybe it's fine for me to attack next turn. Sea Guard, okay. Okay, let's play land. And I don't mind just escaping the spider here. Or I can escape the Loathsome Chimera, but... yeah, I guess I don't hate escaping the Loathsome, although... huh, this is interesting. Yeah, I could just do this. No, maybe it's fine to just stay back, keep up Final Def. Use that end of turn instead. Yeah, I'll just say go. Leonin is pretty annoying since that can exile a creature from the graveyard. Sentinel's Eyes. Sure. Hopefully no Starlight Mantle, but I think I'm going to go for it here since this is a pretty annoying ground blocker. Starlight Mantle would be pretty annoying here if he has it, and he does have it. Yeah, that's fucking annoying. Okay. Guess I can attack with... guess I don't mind just attacking with both of these. And then if he trades for my Venomous Hierophant, I can just get back with Omen. He does exile my Chainweb Arachneer, but that's fine. I mean, I guess he can just target it, and I can just bring it back. But I think I'd rather just have the Hierophant in the first place. Since it has Death Touch and it's a good blocker. So, hopefully he doesn't have too many flying threats. And Pharika Spawn is excellent. So now we can escape Pharika Spawn and kill off the 4/7. Rumbling Sentry, probably going to stack his Rumbling Sentry. But I'm fine still attacking for 3 here. Getting in and then force him to sack one of his threats. If he's trading for this, I'm going to be quite happy. But obviously he doesn't, so... alright, we got him. Sweet, even with a Starlight Mantle we managed to get him. Right, opening hand, okay. Nothing too crazy, but Omen can maybe get something once I mill with the Venomous Hierophant, and we have another deck that's trying to mill in this set. Okay, I mean, it could happen. Who knows? I'm hoping he starts milling me. Tiring Wave Mystic, okay. I mean, I could just die to damage for the most part if I don't hit my lands. So, I mean, I actually don't hate him trying to mill me here. I just need to ensure I hit my land drops to beat the opponent. Mill the land, okay, not that great. So hopefully he doesn't mill more lands. I mean, I do have a Relentless Pursuit, which can get me a land drop, so... Okay, Scavenging Harpy I don't hate. Could maybe trade for this with this, but I could also just Relentless Pursuit and hit my land drop. Which could just be better here. Yeah, I don't hate it. And then Renata is always excellent. Yep. Soul Guide Lantern, okay. Luckily there's no creatures to exile from my graveyard, so... I mean, I think I should be able to win this if the opponent doesn't play any crazy threats. But Renata should add up if it goes unanswered, so we'll see. Or he can just sack this to draw a card. Could be a counter spell next turn, we'll see. But at least we have 4 mana going. Oh wow. Now he can exile my Pharika spawn with the Soul Guide Lantern, so opponent should be a little bit afraid here, I think. But he's probably keeping up Counterspell in the meantime, so I think I'm fine playing out Renata since I have a second copy, and this is a legendary. Sure. And I can also exile his Glimpse of Freedom if I have to as well. Sure. Now Soul Guide Lantern is looking very good. It can exile my Pharika spawn. Yeah. And the Chain Web Arachneer, so... That's fine. I think I'm fine just casting the Scavenging Harpy to exile the Glimpse of Freedom that he has for next turn. The Eidolon is also pretty annoying though, so we'll see. Yeah, I don't want to mill myself even more, so I think I'm going to find casting the Scavenging Harpy here. And then we can exile the Glimpse of Freedom. And then I think I need to keep the 2-3 around as a blocker. So I'll just equip onto Renata and say go. Sure. Milling 2 isn't fast enough, I don't think, so we should be fine here. Just not mill ourselves too much. And just play some creatures and then just try to kill the opponent outright with them. Okay, that's good. Yeah, Rayscar Berserker seems excellent here. And then I'm fine just getting in for 6 just to try to win the game by damage. And then I should be able to stave off these ground blockers. I mean, he's trying to win by milling, so I think I'm in good shape. So now what we can do is I can just move the wings here, equip on the Ragecar Berserker. Then I can move the combat, I guess. Plummet. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah. Guess this buys the opponent more time. But I guess I don't mind just playing Lampad, and then end of turn I can Omen and get back a Rage Scar. Although I do have 2 Rage Scar Berserkers already, so I guess this is fine. Eutropia, okay, that's a scary card. It's not a constellation creature though, so I still think we're in decent shape. I can Mars Grasp it, that's even better. Or I can just Mars Grasp the Eidolon, so he doesn't draw a million cards. Maybe that's just better here. And I can swing in for 6. And then it should be lethal. Unless he has an enchantment at instant speed, which I highly doubt. But yeah, just preventing him from drawing cards is just easy enough to close out the game.